One of the biggest financial lies people believe is that smart people automatically become financially successful, that intelligence guarantees stability, control, wealth, freedom. But reality tells a completely different story. Some of the smartest people in the world still struggle financially, still live under pressure, still make emotional decisions with money, still stay trapped in the same cycles for years. And this confuses people because intelligence looks like it should solve everything. If someone understands complex ideas, builds businesses, solves difficult problems, why would money still feel difficult? The answer is simple: because money is not controlled by intelligence alone. It's controlled by behavior. And behavior is emotional before it is logical. This is the part most people never fully understand. Human beings do not make financial decisions purely based on logic. If they did, most money problems wouldn't exist. People already know basic financial advice. Spend less than you earn. Avoid unnecessary debt. Save consistently. Don't buy things emotionally. Most people already know these ideas. The problem is not knowledge. The problem is execution. Because knowing something and consistently doing it are completely different things. You can understand nutrition and still eat badly. You can understand productivity and still procrastinate. You can understand money and still sabotage yourself financially. Because information alone does not override emotion. And emotion becomes even more dangerous when intelligent people overestimate themselves. This creates a hidden psychological trap. Smart people are often very good at explaining their own behavior, even bad behavior, especially bad behavior. They rationalize decisions beautifully. This purchase makes sense. I deserve this. This will motivate me. I'll recover financially later. And because the explanation sounds intelligent, the behavior feels justified. That's dangerous. Because once behavior feels justified, it becomes invisible. You stop questioning it, you stop analyzing it honestly. And slowly, patterns form, patterns that quietly destroy financial stability. There's another reason intelligence alone fails financially. Highly intelligent people often focus heavily on earning while ignoring systems. They believe future income will solve present behavior. If I just make more, once my career grows, once I reach the next level, everything will become easier. But more income without behavioral control usually creates larger financial chaos, because income amplifies habits. It does not automatically improve them. A person who lacks awareness with small amounts of money usually lacks awareness with larger amounts too. The scale changes. The pattern stays the same. This is why some high earners secretly live paycheck to paycheck, not because they don't earn enough, because their financial behavior expands with their income. Lifestyle grows, expectations grow, spending grows, and suddenly, more money creates more pressure instead of more freedom. That's one of the most misunderstood things about wealth. Income does not equal stability. Behavior creates stability, always. There's also a deeper emotional layer. Intelligent people often tie their identity to competence, to being capable, to being the smart one. And because of that, financial struggles create shame, internal shame, because struggling financially feels like personal failure. So instead of facing reality directly, many people avoid it emotionally. They delay looking at numbers, avoid checking accounts, ignore financial stress, not because they are irresponsible, because avoidance temporarily protects identity, and avoidance is powerful because what you avoid usually grows silently. This creates another dangerous cycle. Stress leads to avoidance. Avoidance reduces clarity. Reduced clarity creates worse decisions. Worse decisions increase stress, and the cycle repeats quietly for years. There's something else highly intelligent people often underestimate: environment. People love believing they are completely rational, completely independent thinkers, but human behavior is heavily shaped by surroundings, social pressure, lifestyle expectations, digital influence, comparison, consumption culture. All of it affects behavior constantly, even intelligent people, especially intelligent people who believe they are immune to influence. That's the irony. The less aware you are of influence, the more influence controls you. Modern life is designed to stimulate consumption. Everything is engineered for attention. Your phone, your apps, your notifications, advertisements, algorithms. Everything constantly pushes emotional reaction, impulse, urgency, comparison. And under constant stimulation, even intelligent people lose clarity, because clarity requires space, stillness, awareness, and modern systems are designed to eliminate all three. There's another hidden problem. Smart people often seek optimization instead of simplicity. They overcomplicate financial improvement, complex budgets, advanced systems, perfect plans, detailed strategies. And while complexity feels productive, it often destroys consistency, because systems that are too complicated collapse under real life. Real life is emotional, messy, unpredictable, and systems that only work under perfect conditions eventually fail. That's why simplicity is so powerful financially. Simple systems survive stress. Simple habits survive emotion. Simple decisions repeat consistently. And repetition is what changes financial life, not intelligence, not motivation, not occasional discipline. Repetition. That's the real game. The people who quietly build stability over time are rarely the most intelligent people in the room. They are usually the most consistent, the most aware, the least reactive, the people who understand themselves emotionally. Because self-awareness matters more than raw intelligence financially. You can have an extremely high IQ and still lose control emotionally. You can understand economics and still overspend impulsively. You can understand risk and still sabotage your future. Because information does not automatically become behavior. Behavior requires awareness, and awareness requires honesty. Real honesty, not intellectual excuses, not rationalization, truth. The ability to say, this behavior is hurting me. This pattern keeps repeating. I understand the problem intellectually, but I still haven't changed it emotionally. That level of honesty changes everything, because now you stop protecting your ego and start observing your behavior clearly. That's where control begins, not in intelligence, in awareness. Awareness interrupts automatic behavior. It creates space between impulse and action. And in that space, better decisions become possible. Not perfect decisions, better ones, consistently, over time. And over time, small, better decisions become entirely different outcomes. This is another thing people misunderstand. Financial stability is usually not built dramatically. It's built quietly, in repeated ordinary decisions. The purchases nobody sees, the habits nobody talks about, the emotional reactions nobody notices. That's where financial life is actually shaped. Not in rare big moments,
in daily behavior. That's why intelligence alone is never enough, because intelligence without emotional awareness often becomes self deception. You become good at explaining behavior instead of changing it. An explanation without change changes nothing. If you truly want financial stability, focus less on appearing smart and focus more on understanding yourself, your triggers, your habits, your emotional patterns, your relationship with stress, your relationship with validation, your relationship with enough. Because money problems are often emotional problems wearing financial clothing. And once you understand that deeply, everything changes. You stop chasing only information and start building awareness. You stop trying to look financially successful and start trying to become financially stable, quietly, consistently, without performance, without ego. And that shift is far more powerful than intelligence alone. Subscribe if you want simple, honest clarity about money that actually works.